What's up, everybody? Dude Comedy Podcast episode. Who gives a fuck? We tricked you. We were on yesterday. We're on today, making up for lost time. Mainly because we have an ad today, and we don't want to, get behind on that shit.
And also mainly because this game ain't fucking over, man.
And we're having tons of fun here with messing with the setup. Like, we got 2 cameras. It's just some high-tech shit. We got Ken here who just...
Go for Ken is back.
Somehow we just said, Ken, we're doing a podcast. Get off work. And he left work.
And we're here.
Now he's here.
That's the how committed I am to being here with you guys. I just love it.
I'm gonna pull up the thing while we get going here.
This is 245, by the way. Episode 245. Yep.
What's up, everybody? Episode 245. This episode 245, we are not gonna mention any of our products
How
at all.
many years have we done this?
We'll mention them at all.
How many years have we... This is the 3rd year?
240.
2.5.
3. So 52
Because even at
weeks in
2
a year,
episodes a week,
at
that's
52.
100 and that's 104.
You guys were starting out with 3 a week.
2.
Was it?
It was always 2.
No, I was 3, and
It
then
was-
you shut it down. But you revamped it because then you'd hate that.
Ken
the
would know.
weekends.
He's the biggest fan.
We really did 3 at the start.
The very start, you guys were doing
It was
3,
such terrible.
and then you
like,
realized that you would just skip the whole fucking weekend.
remember we would do it on Sunday.
Oh,
Then we
you're
would turn
right.
around and be like Tuesday, Friday, and we're like,
Yep.
that makes no fucking sense.
Okay, so let's assume that we did that for 3 weeks.
It's got to be at least 2 years we've been doing this bullshit.
It has to be.
There you go. You think we're not committed? Fuck you and your dad.
You guys used to have 2 other guys on here. Remember them?
Oh yeah, that's the top comment of the YouTube video was,
That's what Kyle was going to start
I
the
wish
show with.
Burns and Jimmy were still there. It's not the same. I still like you guys, but it's just not the same. Well, no shit, it's not the same. They don't want to fucking be here. So what do you want us to do?
We're going to get to that in a second,
Oh.
but first, let me get to the ad cam.
Oh, we got a cam ad.
Yep.
Let me. Oh,
Stitch Fix isn't. Oh, am I good? I was chewing sunflower seeds. That's bad radio. Stitch Fix is an online personal styling service that finds and delivers clothes, shoes, and accessories to fit your body, budget, and lifestyle. Just go to stitchfix.com/dudecomedy and tell them your sizes, what styles you like, and how much you want to spend on each item. You'll be paired with a very own personal stylist who will handpick 5 items and send them right to your door. Yes. Then you try them on, pay for what you love, return the rest. Shipping, exchanges, and returns are always free. Don't have bad style. Look good. There's no subscription required. You can sign up and receive scheduled shipments and get your fix whenever you want. Stitch Fix styling fee is $20, which is applied toward anything on your shipment. Get started now at stitchfix.com/dudecomedy. That's dude comedy, and you'll get an extra 25% off when you keep all 5 items in your box. That's stitchfix.com/dudecomedy to get started today. Stitchfix.com/dudecomedy.
don't be looking like fucking Burns' old ass and
Boom!
Jimmy in his dad's shoes. just
I
kidding.
can still
Jimmy
roast
still
him.
listens.
I like how you still roast them even though they're not here.
So I went back on the podcast, Apple, whatever the fuck you call it.
Here we go.
PTFO podcast 1 was January 7th, 2017.
Wow.
Then you switched it up officially.
Wait, what day was it?
It was January 7th, 2017.
2017. This is a year and a half.
was January 17th, 2017.
That's 2 years and 8 months. We're creeping in on 3 years.
968 days ago.
968 days ago.
That's almost 3 years.
968 days. That's
Why are
fucking
we still
crazy.
here? We've literally haven't progressed.
Anything we-
Well, actually, progression. This is the best video setup we've done.
the
Cleanest.
that is a long ass fucking
Oh
time.
my god, I didn't press record. Just kidding, I did. But we are still
I was
gonna.
about to say,
should
see
we
you guys
still-
later.
Should we still do the stop thing, or you think we're good?
Your camera hasn't cut out yet that I've seen.
I know, but should we still do the stop where it's like
25 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do a
Well,
topic.
then I have to
and
put it all in and render it out. But
let's just run.
okay.
When you put it all together, it didn't take that long to render.
Well, if it's a lost episode, it's a lost episode. They won't know this is an extra episode.
Okay.
So we'll just go with that. This is a good test run though to see if it works. Because it'd be nice if you don't have to do that shit. That
it's an
shit
extra
fucking
step.
sucks.
but don't you have to render anyway to get the MP3?
Just render out the audio.
I see.
It takes about 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
So what's up in the Costco world?
Just doing big things down there, dude.
What does your hat say?
All Blacks. I like my guys and my fantasy team.
Is that the name of your fantasy team?
Nah, it's a rugby hat, man.
Oh, okay. Have you ever
Museum.
played rugby?
I did. I have.
He plays every year still.
It's fun.
He goes to the big Maggot Fest.
Dang. Thanks for the invite, fuckhead.
Good time, dude. Come on on.
You'd be a pretty good rugby player, Kyle.
We wouldn't you fucking get hit and be like, this sport sucks.
He hits people in flag football.
Dude, it's brutal. I don't enjoy it. But there's a lot of beer. You'd enjoy that part.
I'd probably enjoy I like delivering a good hit or taking a good hit, you know?
It's different than football. You can't just head down, just go.
I don't do that in football.
I'm just saying, you gotta like.
Oh no, I'm all dude. You know how much power I can generate in this shoulder here?
Perfect.
You think I could lay you out?
If you could catch me.
Do you think I could catch you?
No, not a chance.
Well, let's take a third party. Colby, do you think I could catch Ken?
Kyle's pretty fast.
Colby could catch me for sure, without doubt. That was his job, was to run really fast.
Kyle's brother said he wanted to race me on the cruise. We told the story yesterday, and did not end well for him. He has a pretty big rug burn from falling over.
Shit.
You didn't end up going on that cruise, no?
No.
Yeah, neither did I.
It was gonna be a super long shot. That's like, who was it? Oh, when me, Jared, and Lauren and Rachel went to the fuck is that place in Cleom? Suncadia. Mm-hmm. Me and Jared just got hammered during the day. The girls were playing golf with us, and then they're like, which I thought it'd be fun. Like, do you think especially if they drink, like they drink,
Yeah.
you know, and they're in a cart with us, but
girls are
they
never
weren't
fun
feeling
in
that
any
at
form
all.
of anything ever at any
But
time.
drinking all day, just fucking hammered, and we ended up going to dinner that night.
No, a really nice steak place, right?
Yeah. Well, before we even get there,
Did she cut his fucking steak?
no, 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 she didn't. But what I'm getting at is, we were in the hallway heading. We had got all dressed. We had, like, girls had dresses and shit on, and I was wearing whatever normal shit I wear, and I can't remember why Lauren was running, but in the hallway, just like a soft sprint, or Jared just came up behind her and tripped her. And ate shit, like in a dress, and her fucking dress flipped up in the back, and her like ass was hanging out. But I'm like, and she ate shit hard.
Got up and laughed or got up and got pissed?
I think she cried in like a not in like a like mad type way, but more like a like that kind of
Embarrassed and
hurt, but it
kinda
was
hurt.
kind of funny, you know. And then the restaurant, the super nice restaurant.
Is it at Suncadia, like the main clubhouse place?
Yeah,
Like,
yes.
really
Well,
good.
so Jared ended up getting tomahawk steak and didn't eat it all, and so they
Seems
wrapped
like a Jared
They
move.
wrapped it
Yeah.
in tinfoil, and first there's a fire outside, like a community fire. Nobody was at, and it was just like propane, and he fucking threw his tomahawk steak in there. And we're like, dude, what are you doing? And we took it out, and then he fucking threw it up on the roof of the restaurant. And we're like, this is an absolute shit show. Like,
What a
it wasn't even me doing it. Normally that's me, but I was fucked up, but there's some lines you just don't cross, like in front of a nice ass
I couldn't
restaurant.
imagine how fucked up I'd be to have to ruin a delicious steak like that.
Yeah, well, dude, we were hammered, and then we just ate a fuck ton, like overate everything. They had these like burnt end pork things, and like I was ready to die. But yeah, no, it was fun. We haven't done anything like that that's actually when I crashed my drone. I think the same day
Yeah.
I was hammered out like on the balcony flying the drone. And like I always like come in super hot and then hit the brakes. And I didn't start the brakes early enough, and I just blasted it into this fucking camera. I just blasted it into the side of the wall. Oh, we back.
Speaking of crashing, have you guys ever rode those like Lime scooters?
Oh yeah, sketchy, dude.
They have those in Dallas, but it's different than in like Tacoma when we were going. Like, you stick to the sidewalks and shit, 'cause there's all the hills. In Dallas, it's a free for all. Like you'll get in trouble if you ride them on the fucking sidewalks,
They want you to run the street?
dude.
No way.
Yeah, that's fucking sketchy.
So for like Monday, instead of going to work because the building was closed, me and my buddy Trav, we just
T-Rav?
Yeah, T-Rav. We just threw on some headphones and just fucking scootered for like 2.5 hours. just mobbing downtown.
That's actually pretty
pull off,
sweet.
get like a beer, slam a beer. We just pub crawled on those.
Can you get in trouble for?
I don't catch me.
You would have to.
You have to.
There has to be scootering, and it wouldn't be like a scooter DUI, like a SUI, but
I don't know, dude. I got
Probably
so
just
good
a
at it.
normal DUI.
because my buddy got one in Ellensburg on a bike. He got a DUI on a bike, but it wasn't a DUI. It was like publicly intoxicated, or no, it wasn't even that. I'm trying to think of the
You just
word.
get drunk in public.
What a
reckless-
piece of
reckless
shit! Like,
driving
you're
or
like,
something.
all right, well, I'm not gonna drive. I'll just take my fucking bike, and then you still get in trouble for.
Yeah, I was doing my track team. I think it was like reckless endangerment. It wasn't like anything with.
But like,
driving.
how is that dangerous to anybody
It's
but?
dangerous to a motorist that could like.
I think he was.
But
just-
what I'm saying is, how is that dangerous to anybody but yourself? Like, all right, you fucking go out into traffic and get blasted,
Mm-hmm.
you know, whatever.
I think that's what his problem was. Is in Ellensburg, he was just riding like down Main Street just because
Yeah.
he was almost home.
Yeah, see, that's they probably wouldn't have done.
But that's
the
what
same
they
thing.
seem like they make you do with the
If he was
scooters.
on the sidewalk, they probably wouldn't have cared.
So with those scooters, I didn't know this. There's actually like on the old Razors, there's a brake on the back where you can put your foot down on the
I didn't know
tire.
that either.
I didn't know
Does
that.
it sparks?
So,
Does it spark?
yeah, very
sparks?
spark.
no, it's like all like silicone, like rubber, like so it just really slows you down. But what I didn't know is I hopped on this. It was late and I was drunk, so I hop on this fucking scooter and I go to hit the brake, and the brake wasn't there. The handbrake had fallen off, and it's dangling down
Oh,
here.
shit.
So I'm at a high rate of speed, you know, like 20 miles an hour on the fucking street.
Oh, shit.
And I can't get the brake.
Trying to
go.
put your foot down, like, come on, please.
So I just bailed, dude. I just bailed. I just fucking.
On your feet?
I just jumped and bailed. Hands out, feet out, just tucked and rolled. It was pretty wild.
on, what do we got?
I highly recommend investing in one of those, though. They're like $500 at Costco.
Really?
The,
So I
uh,
want one. A girl that watches the boys comes over on one. I'm like, this would be cool just to dip around the neighborhood. They have them at Costco right now.
Yeah, they're like $580, I think.
Damn,
nice.
that'd be the spot to get it too.
Yeah, because you can 2 years take it back and be like, it stopped working.
Cause my brother-in-law Seth, he just got an electric bike, like a mountain bike. That's pretty
those are
cool.
cool,
I
too.
rode it around for a little bit. Pretty much the exact same concept, but
So
You look so much cooler on a fucking scooter,
Dude,
though.
they're
yeah.
fucking cool. You
Well,
get paid
dude, I
to
had a
charge those
scooter.
things.
Yeah, so did I.
is the one at Costco sit down?
No, it's stand up. And it's quick too. It looks good. The how they charge them is at night. Like you go walk out at like 2, 3 in the morning, and there'll be like families that'll pull up in pickup trucks, and they just fucking pack that goddamn back of the.
In Tacoma, they don't
pickup
even use
trucks.
pickups.
Yeah.
Really?
And they do this husband and wife. The lady was just driving, just creeping along, and the husband was just running, throwing him in the back, throwing him in the back, throwing him in the back, and they had like maybe 200 in the back of this
What?
fucking pickup truck.
And-
then they go
yeah.
home and charge them, and then Lime or Uber, whatever brand, Bird is another one. They just cut you a fucking check.
And we were in Tacoma. I watched a dude unload like 9 out of his RAV4. And
Do
just
they
put
all
them-
have GPS on them?
Oh yeah, and that's all connected to the app and stuff.
Yeah,
so
so
that
you
guy
literally
picks
just-
it up.
yeah.
He has to scan it like to take
So yeah, so then once he
Oh,
came back,
okay.
I seen him dropping them off. Like they're not the same people. They dropped them off and just
and
snap,
take
snap,
you take a
snap,
picture
snap,
of it,
snap.
and it goes right
I
to
wonder
that
how much
scooter.
they make from doing that.
That has to be lucrative enough for them.
How
to
much
be
does it
doing
cost to rent to take
Not
one?
like
It's
$5.
like $1 to turn on, and then you're looking at like a quarter a mile.
I went from to downtown
Quarter
Tacoma.
mile?
We rode for 2.5 hours, and it probably cost me like $10.
Mine was 5 to get to Tacoma Dome from Andy's place, and that's the fucking. We had to go all back roads because you had to go under the freeway.
Yeah.
So we had to go like this, and I think when I got there and took the picture, it was $5.60.
Does it have like rules on it that say no like alcohol or anything?
No,
'Cause, like,
It's-
how
it's
You
hard-
might agree with that in the app though.
Maybe it's hard to fucking. I had the Beersy on. And I was going down, and it was just fucking. Like,
Oh, yeah.
It's just high rate of speed, and like there's nowhere to put
Yeah,
your
'cause
fucking
you would-
beer.
You know, you would think that just the way it's all placed, anybody can do it. That it's okay to do it while being like having some drinks. You know.
Literally every bar has. I think it's just one of those
I think it's a gray area of like we're not going to tell you not to do it, but this is also another option to an Uber, which fucking sucks, like money wise sometimes, and like surges, and it's way better than driving.
Yeah.
and it's going to get you there faster. Where it's like, I bet you in those Lime or the ones we use with Bird, there's probably something in there that's like by clicking this, you agree that if you are intoxicated and get stopped, like
fault.
yeah, exactly. But those things are also. So I was what I was gonna say when we were bombing down to the Tacoma Dome. Seth's like, hey, we have to go through a crosswalk here, so hit the brakes super early because it like goes downhill and it's misleading. I'm like, oh okay, and I forgot. and I'm just like bombing down. And as we're getting closer, he's like, slow down, slow down. So I start hitting the thing, and I'm like, oh shit! Like I had to like turn it, and it was like, and cars are coming this way.
We tried to take him through the McDonald's drive-through, and they said no, you got to come in. Fuckers.
That would have been sweet.
I know.
Yeah, but you know how hard it would have been to eat on the thing?
Oh well, we just took it to go. And I just
Oh yeah, I
put it
see.
in my shirt, you know, and then
I thought you meant you were gonna try and like eat and drive
go
on.
back to the hotel.
Yeah, I need to get the sit down one was cool. That's what I had in college. Like still to this day, I say that's the best investment I ever made. Like walking everywhere at fucking Central sucks.
Oh yeah, I did it for 7 years.
And
Have you guys ever been so drunk when you Uber the wrong place? Like you try to go home and you just don't Uber.
No, but that reminds me, I put in my notes for you to tell Kyle the story about your cell phone story.
Oh God.
You can tell that, right? You won't get in trouble for breaking and entering.
No, I mean it
What'd
was.
he do?
Well, when I lost my brand new cell phone
Okay,
the
let's set the
iPhone?
stage.
at the draft.
Is it an
Yeah,
iPhone?
brand new
Okay.
iPhone. I had it for what, 30 hours.
30 hours. Okay, so we'll set the stage. This is the second after our draft was the first night. The next day, all we did, because it was just poor planning, we just drank. These guys played, I think, 110 rounds of flip cup between them because they just kept tying.
And that makes me want to drink right now.
Because it was 60 something rounds. Because it was anyway.
it was a
So
lot
their
of
keg, the keg was gone. Then they got more beers. Blah 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 blah. It got to the point where it was like only 3 of them left standing. Went to the bar,
The Kapowsin Tavern.
which is a long. You guys lined there? Or?
No, we somehow Kellen found an Uber that would take us down there. It was like a 1.5 mile walk, but it's like super dark.
No,
windy,
yeah.
no
Yeah.
lights. You know,
Well,
like,
that's down like that military road, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Like if you go through like Spanaway and you have to turn down that, like you go
Yeah,
all the way
it's-
through
it's off the
Spanaway.
old Kapowsin Highway. Like if you're on
It's
your way
sketchy.
to Alder Lake.
Yeah, is it like going towards like Roy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's that like cut through road.
so it's-
So
sketchy.
they get to this bar. I'm already like laying down at that point, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna call it. I'm going to sleep. And then now you can take over for how your night ended, because that's where I woke up in the morning and was like, what the fuck happened?
So I lived down that way for like 2 years a while back. And so I knew the Kapowsin Tavern. I was like, oh, I got to take these guys to the Kapowsin Tavern. So we find an Uber that comes and picks us up, and he drops us off. We walk in there, and I'm hyping this place up like this is the Yellow Beak. There's gonna be like 400 locals in there. We're gonna have the greatest time. It's
gonna be
We walk
poppin'.
in there. There's like one dude's like 80-year-old guy smoking cigarettes in the corner, and like the barkeep's outside, like probably doing meth by herself, yelling at her boyfriend on the phone. It takes us like 5 minutes to get a freaking beer. So these guys are like, what shithole did you bring us to? And I'm just like, let's just drink. So we drink, and we're like, all right, it's closing time. Hour and a half flies by, and we're tanked. So we're trying to Uber, and no one's coming to pick us up. Try Lyft, nothing, no hits. So we call the bartender over, and she's like, get us a taxi. And she's like, oh, hon, there's no taxis out here.
We don't even know how to do that.
She's like, we don't even know how to get you a taxi.
What?
I'm like, what do you mean? You just call up like fucking 1-800-TAXI? And she's like, dude, there's no taxis. So we're like, how the hell are we going to get home? Like, okay, we can stumble through. We're probably going
it would have taken you guys 45 minutes sober to walk home.
Yeah,
So
it
I
would've
don't
been
know if you guys
But it
would
was
have
only
made it
a
home.
mile.
like a mile and a half.
It's like this. So it's not like a straight
tracks,
shot.
uphill, downhill.
Fuck you looking at.
Well, so then that old dude that was smoking in the corner
Oh,
legally,
no.
he's like, his name was Uncle Willie. He's like, I'll take you guys home. And we're
Oh
like,
no.
fuck it, all right.
Well, it was 3-on-1. It was
Yeah,
3-on-1.
He was nice. He's just an old local dude. So he hops in, he takes us home, drives off, and kicks us out. We're like, all right, thanks, man. Have a good day. So I'm like, I do the check, right? I got phone, wallet check, keys check. Oh fuck, my phone, dude.
But then somehow you still went to sleep.
Well, so I just pretty much said, fuck it, right? It's 3 a.m. There's nothing I can do about my phone now. So I pass out, wake up in the
That would
morning.
just stress me out.
Oh yeah. So I wake up in the
Oh,
morning.
you should have seen it. He was pale white when I saw him. Like I was the third person awake, and he was already pacing. Like, what the fuck do I do?
Right. So then he's like, dude, find my iPhone app. And I'm like,
He's like, I've been trying. It's not working. And then he didn't never used it before. I swipe up on his thing. I'm
I
like,
have the iPad out.
yeah. I'm like, it's fucking right here. And I hit the button. He goes, oh fuck, it's on. Because we thought it was like dead or something.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
And then so we just hop in Nick's truck and we.
What did it say it was at the bar?
It was
No,
it was on.
it was at this
It was at the
dude's
dude's house.
The old
And
dude's house?
Yeah,
but
dude.
it says it's like 2.4 miles away. I swear we were in that
drove
car
for
for
like
20 minutes.
dude. So
Nick
we-
was
Well,
so
it's
fucking
probably
pissed.
A fucking crow's line, whatever.
Right.
Dude, it was like this, then go here, then go
Like
down,
country
then it was
roads,
like
dude.
private, no
I have
trespassing
a feeling
road.
where this is going.
No,
Yeah,
Fucking
you have
crazy.
no
So
idea.
we get
We've already gone through 2 private property no trespassing signs,
No.
and Nick is like, just get a new phone. Like fuck it, like you have
No,
insurance.
I know where this is going.
This is like Hills Have Eyes shit goes, right? So we
I
push
know
our
where
way
this
down
is
this, and
going.
Nick flips a bitch, and he's like, he angles for a quick getaway.
Yeah,
And
Nick's
he's
like
I'm not
turned
going down
around,
that
like-
driveway. He's like, you walk your ass down there. So I walk down. There's like fucking horses and this dude, no trespassing.
Beware of dog signs.
And so I like knock on his door. It's like 8 in the
Nothing.
morning. Nothing.
Nothing.
Knock on his door. Nothing.
Oh,
kind of looking around. I'm like,
dude.
shit. Well, his truck's right there, and the window was cracked a little bit.
You're gonna get fucking shot.
So like,
That
I'm
was
like,
over there.
I,
Now
like, I'm
this-
backing up to it, and I'm like, okay, I walk up, knock again. I'm trying to see. I don't see it, so I reach my hand in there and unlock the fucking door. And this
This has been about 20 minutes, by the way.
This truck is a mess, dude. I'm like, holy shit! I can't believe we got in this shit. Like, there was like 400 clothes in
What
this
kind of
thing.
truck was it?
It was just like an old
It was-
90s Ram. It wasn't.
Yeah,
like,
it was
You're
like
gonna
a.
get
It wasn't like
shot.
that old. It wasn't that old. It was like early 2000s Ram.
So I open this truck. I cannot find my phone, even though it says like this is where you're at. Like
At this point, Nick and I are like kind of concerned because we're like, okay, he should have. We
So
should.
you're still back on the main road?
Yeah, well, because
He's
it's
the
like
bottom of the
no, there's like a
driveway.
main road and there's like a long ass thing, and then there's like Ken's another long ass driveway away. But we're turned around and we're just like, we should at
I'm,
least.
I'm
see
getting
him.
ready to get peppered by like shotgun spray and then hop in the back of the truck.
Yeah, so keep going. So keep going. So keep going.
So I tear this truck in half. Cannot
So you're
find
like
the phone.
digging through it and shit?
Yeah.
Like all there's clothes everywhere, dude. And I figured it felt between the seats. I'm looking everywhere, so I shut the door. I'm like,
He's like, my phone has to be inside, right?
so
That's
then I like knock on the door. He doesn't answer. Knock on the door again. So I'm like, fuck it, man. And then I'm like, getting ready to cry and break down, right? And I look over and I see this car. It was a Kia Soul, and I was just like, well, no. Could have been. You know what? I'm gonna go look in that. Walk right up, dude. Clean ass car. No trash, nothing. Open the door. Fucking phone sitting right there.
the wrong fucking car. And then
I was looking in the wrong car for
did he
like 12
just
minutes.
did we see him just fucking
I
power
grabbed it,
walking
I
like
shut the door,
holding both
and
phones?
he had cameras, right? And I had like my business card, and I like stuck in the door. I was like, I found my phone.
Oh,
Sorry.
oh,
and then
you
just
did
ran
that.
down the driveway, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because he had cameras on like where Nick and I were parked. He had a camera, and then he had a key.
Dude, that's risky to keep. Well, I guess if you went pounded on his door, you know he's just passed out drunk.
Right,
still.
yeah. So he probably like rolled the tape back the next morning and was like,
Well, he
"What
probably
the
didn't remember you, so you know he's like, what? Who
Well,
is
then we start making the drive back to like the main road, and we're like, hold on, that motherfucker drove you guys this way first, hammered, then came back to where the bar was, and then went all the way down all this road. Like what? And then that brought
That's
me to
a
the
nightly
point.
process for him.
And then that brought me to the point where I was like, I'm not saying I would ever do this, but if you were ever to kill somebody in Graham, Washington, who the
Get
fuck?
rid of
It's
it.
fucking
How many
nowhere.
lights they got right there? You never
Dude.
finding them, dude.
Speaking of that, we got a murder mystery here in Black Diamond.
This?
Yeah, right down the street.
Yeah.
But there's a kid who went missing in March from this bike place over here. There's all these trails. I think it's
How old of a kid? Like a teenager?
Who's 17.
Oh, he's a grown adult.
Yeah, but I have a feeling it might be something to do with it. But I don't know. Have they updated it? Or
Well, so
anything?
it's a construction site, right? Area?
Well, it's where they're making 10 trails out here.
Well, they had the same at a construction site on Lake Taps like a week ago, where they found a body at the construction site.
We got a fucking serial killer on our hands.
Dude,
that's
Gary
two.
Ridgway 2.0.
Hey, did you listen to the thing yesterday?
I have not listened to it.
Did your what? I was like, hopefully I can say this, but I don't know. What did your dad do with Ridgway? He was just one of the investigators, right? Like he did some cool FBI shit. I said that out loud. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, no, I think he worked a little bit on the case.
that wasn't the one that he was prominently known for.
No, he did a lot. He worked on the DC sniper case.
Yeah, that was the one I was thinking.
Wait, your dad's a what?
He's
Forensic
retired.
scientist.
Yeah, now he does. He does video forensic. Now he's a retired police officer. But yeah, no, when the DC sniper, I guarantee not a single person listening to this podcast knows what.
Dude, okay, dude, remember about the DC sniper? We talked about that
Oh,
for a second?
people know who he is.
Dude, so that was pre-social media, right?
Dude, that shit was like
Dude, but-
2003.
I mean, okay,
But he was black, right?
there's two of them.
Two of 'em.
John, Matavo. Okay, anyway, but
Muhammad something.
so what was fucking crazy about that is, I've never ever in my life been like a sit down and watch the news kind of person, But at 5 o'clock, I like with my whole family, we'd be like, we'd turn the news on, just be like, did he shoot somebody again?
But yeah, they're like, yeah, motherfucker sniped again.
Yeah, and then that's like, you know how they always say like how the news shouldn't report like the shooters' names and stuff because it just makes copycats and shit like that, and like
John Lee Malvo or something like
that's
that.
what I thought it was. But it also sounds like the dude that killed Kennedy, or I thought that was some of the Malvo.
That's Lee Harvey Oswald.
If I got it right and it was Malvo and I'm right, I'm gonna give myself a fucking
So it was
big
two
high
guys
five.
that knew each other.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
would like the old guy would drive this like beater like
yeah,
old
with the
Chevy.
custom back trunk that they
He would
made.
lay down and then the fucking tail light would fold out and they'd stick
Yeah.
the gun out and they were just shooting people like filling up their gas tanks. And
Yeah, and then it was like, so I want to say, so what I was getting to is like about creating panic, like, and how the news all it does is create more panic. That's literally what it was doing because, like, my mom was saying stuff like,
Lee Boyd Malvo and John Allen Muhammad.
we got them all. We just
Malvo.
mixed it up a little bit.
We just
You
combined.
said John Montalvo. That was close.
That's the guy that went to your high school, I
Yeah.
think. Not the shooter. The shooter
a
didn't go to
90
college high
Chevy
school.
Caprice was.
But yeah, so the thing that was crazy about it was when like the news literally created enough panic where my mom was like to my dad was like, I don't want you pumping gas like until this is over, and he's like, well, what do you mean?
like in Utah or
Yeah,
here?
yeah, no, this is when we lived here still.
Oh, okay.
But she's like, I don't want you going to the gas station and like pumping gas, and he's like, I have to get gas, like calm down. And my mom's like, like it's too, like the news made her so paranoid. Like she'd watch it at 5, she'd turn it on at 6,
Dude, it
turn it on at
created panic
9.
everywhere. Like
It's just crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. They hit like 5 states.
But now, like, all it is now is just like school shooters, and it's kind of boring.
Yeah, fucked up too.
Well, they bought all the weapons from Bullseye in Tacoma.
Really?
Yeah, that's where they got because they were originally from here, and then they drove all the way across country.
Oh,
to
that's
DC and
right.
did it.
That's
Dude,
right.
there's so many connections between killers in like Washington and Utah. So like the garden, the Japanese garden at Central is where Bundy killed somebody or like threw
Yeah.
a body.
Well, when Bundy went to UW.
Yeah, and then Bundy traveled through and the mall.
First killings were at Sammamish Park.
Yeah, yeah, and
I
then
wonder what the deal is with this area.
but
you know
then
how
so
depressing this shit is here.
But then, so the
Yeah.
other Bundy connection that's crazy is so like the Dillard's parking lot where he like kind of got caught with the girl that got away in the bug. That's like literally you pass that to go to my parents' house, like new house. So it's like they.
Well, just the actual documentary, like they have footage, like
Yeah.
you know, like when you go on I-5 and there's that like Uncle Sam sign
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
always
yeah.
saying some wild ass shit that Ken always thinks.
Yeah.
I love that sign.
But then that's like when they were going through the Utah stuff. I'm like, oh shit! Like I've been to all these places. And the other one, the Scott Patterson or whatever, the dude that killed his wife in the thing, like he was from somewhere in Washington and then moved to Utah and
Did he
then
ever
came
get
back.
convicted though?
I think he killed himself. My Alita listened to that podcast. You guys listen to the same
there's
podcast.
What's it? Which one?
Up
is it?
in that's not Up in Van. It's the other
No,
one.
it's
The other
called
really
Crime
popular.
Junkies.
Yeah, she loves that one.
Crime
what was
Junkies
it- what
is
was-
the
what's
best.
another one well, the Green River Killer. That guy.
Yeah, that one was the biggest connection to us. That's like literally in Kent and Auburn.
Yeah,
This whole corridor.
but I mean, he was doing God's work though,
You're right.
right? I mean, when you're killing somebody doing illegal stuff, that's God's plan.
In theory. He was just going after hookers. He's just cleaning up the
Did
streets.
he kill anybody non-hooker?
I don't think so.
Ridgway did kill Don Hooker. I think he escalated. I believe he. Here's another thing that's crazy about the Ridgway one is the dude that like caught him, the sheriff, was the Reichert guy, and his son was like Watahoma kid and a Cedar Heights kid where I went to school, and that dude used to come in as like the guest speaker for like the assemblies all the time because he was just like the sheriff. And now if you ever see anything and everything, he's always, I think he ran for like Congress or something.
Oh, I've seen something, Reichert.
Yeah. Well, that's this. Yeah.
Dave Reichert. He was the District 8. US
That dude literally came to our school all the
How did
time.
he get caught?
How did he? Let's look it up. How did he get caught? It was something stupid. He did
Rivers
something
looking
dumb.
at me like he knows.
No. It was something. It was something when he was a double. They let him go, and then he like slipped up after that. Like they thought they
that's
brought him
right.
in for like as a suspect, and then they let him go, and then like the next day they caught him again. I think. What are you saying? Do you know that?
Hold on, give him a mic. Hold on, give him a mic. He's talking about the one here in Black Diamond.
So the dude was walking in that new neighborhood that's getting built, right? But he's walking on the tree line and not on the sidewalk, and that's how he found the remains.
Well, he found it on like an old trail.
No. So they show the picture like in the Seattle Times.
We should go out there.
Oh, we should
There's
have done the
probably police.
podcast live right there.
We can still do it.
There's probably police still there. Like,
Yeah, probably.
but no. So they show the plots. There's a sidewalk right here, and he was walking on the tree line.
But
I
they
don't know,
said the way they worded it is there's an old trail that went through that area that he was on.
Yeah, but I'm saying a little fishy that he. I don't know.
Hold on, you're not mic'd.
He's walking on a spot with no sidewalk.
No, because you can't be. If you've killed somebody, you can't be that dumb to be like, oh, by the way, this is where I found the dude. You'd be smarter about it. You'd call it in like anonymously or something and be like,
Yeah.
oh, I found this. I think I'm also not a killer. I ain't a killer, but don't push
Maybe
me.
he regretted it a little bit. You know, you never know. You never know.
I think it'd be fun to kill somebody one day.
So they,
Well, if you dextered somebody, like if you,
Yeah, like a bad
if
dude.
they were like, hey, this dude's if it was Jeffrey Epstein's like best friend, and it's like, hey, this guy's been convicted of diddling 50 kids, and you get to kill him, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
dude, did you see today that they hit Jeffrey with an 11-year-old allegation? Like an
So
11-year-old kid.
so if he's dead, they're still gonna try and pursue anything, or is it just dead with him?
I don't understand.
That's
so
crazy.
So
He's
they're
not dead.
They're
No, he's not
supposed-
dead for
not
sure.
dead.
For sure not
They're
dead.
supposed to release, like, so you know how he committed suicide or
Yeah,
got
they were gonna
killed?
release a list of like Bill Clinton and all those guys banging out those girls
But
too.
why could they not release? Like, why didn't they?
Because
release
it gets it's like with Aaron Hernandez.
Like
when
it's
Aaron
expunged
Hernandez,
now.
when
Just like
Aaron
the
Her-
case is over, he's dead.
yeah, when Aaron Hernandez killed himself, it let them. It so he was also randomly got tied to that other
The
murder.
Boston one.
Yeah, and then when he died, it was like not only did these people not get justice, like now they have to close the case on him as a suspect there.
Would you be okay? Let's say that happened.
I forgot about Aaron
about
Hernandez.
Holden Lloyd. That was the dude's name.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
crazy. His
Would
life.
you be mad
Fuck.
that he died? Let's say even if he did kill himself, or would you be happy that he did? Like, okay, now I don't have to do this. Trial.
Okay, so your
I wanted him
family-
dead anyway.
But why can't they just release the shit?
See, that's a good
But
question.
did
Why
they
can't
actually have it, or I mean, did they have information like that?
Okay, so okay, here's my thing about the for Hernandez one to answer that question. I think if I'm the family and he dies, I think I still, if you are pretty sure it was him, which they were and whatnot, I think you still feel a little bit of justice because he died. He was gonna, rot in prison anyway. But as far as like the Epstein stuff is, I feel like nowadays with how the media stuff gets, not media, but how the private stuff gets leaked and whatnot, like I feel like it's not gonna ever die, only because something political will need to happen, and they'll be like, oh, this leaked from his private computer, who released it, oh fucking no, like type shit. So I don't know. I just think the weirdest thing is I'm always been like a fun conspiracy guy. Like I love to just like I'm almost said something I'm not going to on 9/12, but I always just like to like it's fun to like think that way for certain things. But with this Jeffrey Epstein stuff and how much information came out, you got like the normal John Doe type people who would never believe that shit being like, yeah, he definitely didn't kill himself. There's no fucking way. Like, how do all the cameras go out? The guards randomly sleep the first time in their life for 8 hours.
And they were like backup guards. Who
Yeah.
just happened to be on that watch. And there's
Yeah.
supposed to be two outside the cell at all times.
And then his roommate randomly got
Oh, he
transferred the day
definitely
before.
was murdered.
I mean, he could have committed suicide, but they let him do it.
Right. So follow-up question.
But why would he commit suicide?
Because-
outside of probably going to jail forever.
Well, so he switched his will like 4 days before, and him committing suicide would have protected a lot of stuff.
oh,
So
But fuck that, dude. That's the easy way out. I would have fucking like, hey, this is what this guy did. This is what this guy did. This is what this guy did. He had so much dirt and fucking billions of dollars. He
Yeah.
could have got out.
Right.
He got out before.
Right. So
which he would get killed anyway if he did all that.
Yeah.
So.
follow-up question now.
He's dead as
Let's
fuck.
say this Jeffrey Epstein guy,
Yeah.
whatever. Let's say he does get sentenced to death for all the bad shit he did.
I got the name of the
Let's
podcast.
say that he raped both your guys' sisters when they were like little kids, or whatever.
Yep.
If they were giving you the option, would you be up for watching him die?
Probably that'd be cool.
Okay, so that
I would.
I feel like since it's a situation where you don't ever want to think, but yeah, I think I would be like, fuck yeah.
So my
I
idea,
press the button.
what I've always
Ooh,
wanted
that's
to do,
crazy.
What I've always wanted to do with like let's say Osama bin Laden, obviously he died, but if you could have
Allegedly.
Right. You could have watched him die on like pay-per-view and it was $40. Would you have paid for
Oh,
it?
yeah.
And all that money goes to the victim's family?
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
they
oh,
would
for sure,
make
for sure.
fucking
Dude, we could have had a
millions upon
badass
millions.
America.
I bet you that would have better ratings than
or
the
the
Super
Bombers,
Bowl.
or the Boston Bombers.
Yeah.
like when they had that dude in, and then or like the orange hair fuck from the movie theater.
Exactly. All the proceeds go
Okay,
to
but
victims'
now
families.
But now let me ask you this: are we creating the CNN story of giving them like, oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna get publicly executed. I'm gonna go do some bad shit.
True.
They had the execution of like Saddam Hussein, right?
Well, that was like a cell phone video like leak, but I watched
Yeah.
that shit. That little
Oh
motherfucker.
yeah.
Swing.
Yeah,
Hey,
I saw that one.
have you guys ever seen the Osama bin Laden dancing to Lady Gaga Poker Face video? Have you ever seen it?
It's 9/12.
Dude, it's
Like actually him or superimposed?
Oh, dude, that song wasn't even out when he died. It might have been actually.
yo,
Well, he
okay.
probably wasn't actually dancing to it. He was probably dancing and somebody put the music to it, right?
You just ruined the video.
Oh.
It's so queued up perfectly, and then he's like doing all these things. It's
I
like
think
poker face, poker face.
I think I have seen that one. Oh shit!
So it's the dude's name. It's the podcast is Cold, is the one that she listened to. Josh Powell and Susan Powell were the people that were from
Powell.
here. But there's Peterson was another dude that I don't think he was connected
like
to
a
Washington
Bay
at all.
Area guy.
Peterson was.
He's the one that dug. He put a cinder block to his wife's legs after he killed her, and then dropped her.
sure?
That was Scott Peterson. Was that one? And then then it turned out and then the mistress was the one that Googled like all like the hardcore anal sex and stuff like that. And then she also Googled like accessory to murder, and then she also Googled the first person I mentioned, like Lacey Powell's mistress, like book deal. So she like was the mistress, and she looked all that stuff up.
What's that?
Remember that one? That one was fucking
What's
crazy.
that fucked up Ben Affleck movie
Which one?
where his wife like goes missing?
Oh, Gone Girl.
That movie was
Yeah,
so fucked up.
yeah. Neil
I
Patrick
love that
Harris.
movie.
Wait, Kyle, which one are you?
So
That's
Scott Peterson is a different one than I was thinking, but
Scott Peterson's the one I'm 99% sure that tied the concrete to his wife's legs. But then what happened is like a
People are
fish.
so fucked up.
A fish came and like ate through it, so the concrete block fell and then she floated up. I apologize to anyone listening who that's offensive to. I just realized we're
or
talking
if
about
your
bodies.
mom was fucking
Yeah.
tied to a cinder block. and
Yeah,
thrown
fuck.
out
I just
there.
realized that. We're the Dude Comedy Crime Podcast right now. We are going on a
so
fucking hot
what the hell is
tangent.
the one where it's like there's another really
We can-
popular one with a bald dude.
Bring it up. We can figure it out. What's the story? Like, what happened? There's the one that with the dude in the
Bald
Colorado with he
guy.
put his kids in the drums.
Oh, no,
Accused.
dude.
No, we want.
I'm not talking about any
but is,
fucking kid ones.
is that the one though? He killed his wife too. It's when he said that the wife killed the kids, but really he did. That guy.
Not doing any kid ones.
No, I'm just saying. I'm wondering if that's one Kyle was thinking.
No, the one I'm thinking
one's
of
recent.
was like
River thinks the guy that found him is the guy.
No, but if let's say that is you, A, why are you calling it in? And B, why the fuck would you drop a body right next to the fucking like where everyone walks?
well, the thing is, it could have been. Yeah, I'm curious about the trail because it does say there's like a trail system.
Very. Why you?
Was it a legit body or was it just skeletal remains?
Okay, so that makes me. Okay, so I'm gonna go two scenarios. Here. One, he's wanting the attention to it because he has other bodies out there and he wasn't getting the attention. Or two, it's just a random dude.
I think it was just a random dude.
Maybe it's one of Gary's girls, dude.
Oh, hey, how did Ridgeway get caught? You looked it up, didn't you?
They just linked it with DNA over all these years. They
Oh.
busted him for 4 of them, and then he ended up admitting to like 53.
50, 56, 53.
That's a big head count.
It's just
dude.
so easy to
Fucking
kill
gross.
hookers. That's the problem.
Because nobody cares about
Like,
it.
they're doing illegal shit. Might as well fucking kill them. Get that little extra nut.
Do you
You
think?
can go back and fuck the bodies like days later.
That's what
so
my buddy was.
Fucking
my buddy
gross.
at
Oh, that makes me sick.
my buddy at Bellevue Community College. He said when you kill a girl, you got to bury her with their ass cheeks above the ground. One of the most fucked up jokes ever. And he was like dead serious. Like I was still joking though, but he's like, It's like, yeah, you just when you murder a girl, you just got to make sure when you bury her, you leave her ass cheeks and her lips above the ground. I'm like, dude, that's the most morbid thing anybody.
I don't think we could have a real crime podcast because we would. There's one. It'd be like serious for a second. Then I remember that fucking time when this guy.
It'd be fun to do. I think it'd be so much funner doing a podcast that actually has like
A story that you keep going.
Yeah. Like, like it would be so cool to go out there and just see
investigate it. There was one that I was watching on the. I think you told me about the one on Amazon Prime for a while, where it was like they were hunting like the Miami killer, and they were like following the whole story, and it was podcasters, and then they turned it into like a documentary. And then while their documentary, like people were editing, they would like record what they saw on the for their podcast. Really fucking popular, and it was really good. And then it ended on a cliffhanger. And it literally never came back because they were like married and got a divorce. So I was like, what do you mean? You can't just leave a real life like investigation on a cliffhanger. That's so fucked up to me.
Selfish.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Stephen Avery.
Oh, is he free?
No, what's his, oh, wait.
No, they told him to fuck off. Same with our boy.
Brandon Dassey?
Nah, well, they did that him too.
No, he got out. Brandon Dassey got
he's
out.
dude. He
No.
Yeah, that Dassey's
No,
out.
he
didn't
was
pass?
about to get out, but then they appealed and it didn't pass.
The prosecution appealed.
Yeah, Brandon.
How can you watch that video of him and be like, oh yeah, this guy totally did it? He didn't even know what the hell was going on.
What's our boy in Baltimore, dude? Samir. Muhammad?
Oh, the guy from Abner. No, what is it? I know what it is. I'm gonna say it. Adnan. Yeah.
But fuck that guy.
Well,
His
that story
is bullshit.
Dude, he didn't do it.
I don't know if he did it,
Nah, it's
but
Jay. Fuck Jay. If Jay's listening, fuck you.
yeah, Jay had something to do with
Jay's a
it.
shady motherfucker.
But the reason with Adnan though, he's like, I don't know what I was doing during that time. Like he had
Adnan Syed.
the only
go.
there's one person that was like, oh, he was at the library, but outside of that, he didn't even know what he was fucking doing. You know?
The key in this, guys, if you're listening,
How
you're gonna go fucking kill someone. Don't take your cell phone.
Well, Kyle and I talked
Just
about
throw
this.
it in like an Uber or leave it in Uncle Willie's truck and make sure you're out in fucking Graham while you're over here in Black Diamond killing
Well, that's
people.
what Kyle and I were talking about nowadays with cameras and cell phone and GPSs. Like, you have to plan it. You actually, like, you can't.
There's too many.
You have to
I've
plan
thought
it.
about it, but there's way too many variables.
Dude, imagine how easy it would be to kill somebody in like 1900.
Oh yeah.
Ridgeway times.
Even like no, it doesn't go back to like.
They didn't have. There wasn't even
West.
fucking flip phones then.
Zellner.
No GPS. GPS was an after.
Everyone in my neighborhood, since our neighborhood keeps getting broken into, every single person has like doorbell cameras and multiple cameras
Doesn't
now.
help.
So if I left my house, let's say I just took left my phone at home, like, oh, I'm sleeping in bed, right? I would get caught on my cameras. I would get caught on my neighbor's cameras. My car probably has some hidden low jack GPS. I don't have OnStar, but I bet you it's tracking me somehow.
Yeah, there's way too many variables. You would fuck up something, and
Then we were talking about like, okay, let's say we were to buy a car, like you would buy a burner car. Then, well, where do you store it? Oh, I don't know, fucking like Walmart or an abandoned lot. At some point,
it all tracks back to you.
at some point you walk by something that catches you, or a red light cams. There's red light cams in Kent now that are taking pictures and all that. They're always running, so it'd be like, oh,
Yeah,
this.
did you ever go to DC? Like every single corner has like 400 cameras.
Yeah.
Like the most watched city in the world.
Yeah,
You're like we're gonna get to a point.
you'd have to go out and like
You have to go off the grid first.
Eastern Washington on some fucking sketchy trail and get a jogger who's running by.
Allegedly.
But you can't. I mean, you wouldn't just kill them just for fun. You got to figure out why. You know, you need a good reason to kill them, which most likely a terrible person
Hey.
has been jogging on this trail.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
I thought about it.
Can we name the podcast "How to Get Away with Murder"?
I think we've done like 3 name that.
Let's do it. Making a murderers. So to go to a cool topic, Kyle wants to talk about Dave Chappelle real quick.
Oh, the new.
Just with his like, so basically he got 0% on Rotten Tomatoes because apparently Rotten Tomatoes is very left leaning.
Oh, they're mics.
Shocking.
But then they fucking then they dove into it. It was closed.
No.
It was closed to all the critics besides 5 people that worked at Rotten Tomatoes.
What?
How did they not think it would like? And it wasn't open to user reviews. But how did they not think that wasn't going to backfire? You know, like what did they really think?
It honestly makes it better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm at, like.
Well, you're
I
like,
checked-
fuck,
it's
I
Dave
gotta watch
Chappelle,
it.
I checked it out right away, and he did. I think this opening joke was about Michael Jackson staring at little boy's butthole.
Yeah, it was. Did you watch it?
Oh yeah, it's hella funny.
Oh, dude,
it was
this-
vintage Chappelle.
I was laughing so hard at this. Like, I was at first, Rachel was gone, and I was watching it by myself while watching the boys, and the part about like the school shooting was like the funniest part. I was laughing my ass off because he's like, I can't do it right, but he's like, why do we have these school shooter drills? Isn't that just scaring the kids? And so he starts on like that, and he's like, and we're fucking telling the shooter exactly what we're gonna do. And he's like, the shooter's in the back of the class, like writing down shit, you know. And he's like, so where's everybody meeting? Like, dude, I was laughing my ass off.
The thing with like Chappelle, and then I'll tie this into the Blake Griffin roast, is like back in the day, even when like social media was still an infant, it was like, oh, that's crossed the line, but people were still like, but that's fucking funny. But nowadays, it's all the loudest talkers are all the people who are like, it's not nice to do that, like it's not fair, and it's like they manipulate, like you were saying with the Rotten Tomatoes, like they manipulate the situation and like the narrative that they want, but at the same time, here's 3 of us in one room who never even had a vote, and they're still gonna be like, fuck, I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah,
and it's probably gonna be funny, but we would never like go on Rotten Tomatoes and leave a review for anything.
Yeah, well, so once they said that users can review, like it got 99%.
Yeah, and that's like the movie that Seth Rogen just did with the kids, and he like has the kids trying to go figure out how to kiss, but like through the process they like buy drugs and find their sister's dildo and stuff, and they swear in like the movie and stuff, like 13-year-olds, and it's the whole movie's about that, and it got like the politically correct side was like, oh, we shouldn't be like showing that it's okay for like kids to swear so young. So what Seth Rogen did for marketing is he used all the bad reviews. Like, you know, people are like, IGN says 5 stars, like Hollywood Reporter says funniest movie ever. He would be like 0.5 stars, like should not be allowed, and he like used that in the marketing thing.
So Rotten Tomatoes right now has 16 tomatoers at 31% like it. And then the audience score, 34,309 at 99%.
That's fucking crazy.
Suck
Dude, it was
on that
funny as
left
fuck.
fucking tomato.
Dude, that is so
Dude, the Bill
funny.
Burr one is just like on the same.
I wanna watch the Bill
I started
Burr
watching
one.
it last night. Me and Rachel were just like cracking it. His
I like Bill
His
Burr.
is more about like how the fuck did we start turning into like snowflakes, and he starts talking about like the Me Too stuff and just fucking going off.
Did you see the Blake Griffin joke that now he's getting in trouble for, even though it was a fucking Comedy Central roast?
When he made fun of Caitlyn.
And Caitlyn Jenner was laughing.
Yeah. Oh,
But
his
of course of course he picked like the double. Hey, you shouldn't make fun of, oh, that's a double. Like he doubled down on it.
Yeah.
So they're definitely it's a fucking roast. Like that, if you can't do that, dude, that was so
especially when you sign up and being her or whatever, him or whatever, like you know that shit's gonna happen. Like she knew
for sure. She sat on the stage knowing that she was gonna get roasted at some point, and the way that he delivered that joke, I haven't laughed out loud like that.
What
What was the one again?
The one where he says, so he did the first joke about something that was pretty funny, and then he delivered the second one where he was like, and on behalf of half of the NBA, the rap community, and something else, we really want to thank you for creating all your daughter's daddy issues.
Yeah.
Which is fucking hilarious.
That's some good shit. That was a good.
The roast used to be so funny. I used to love those things.
Oh fuck!
Fuck!
You got another topic.
No, I had like 15, but we've been flying here.
What else you got? You got a good one.
Oh, I had the Kobe Bryant calling out that seventh grade girl. Now he has to backtrack on that.
He's backpedaling
What
real
happened?
fast right now.
Kobe Bryant had an Instagram post yesterday. There's a picture that I might be able to pull the picture up for you. So it's like 8th grade girls. Seventh grade girls. It's like
That
his
he's
daughter's
coaching.
team, and he's coaching it, and they're all like holding their 4th place trophies, and none of them look happy. And then Kobe's in the back, like doing the Kobe, like fucking pissed. And his caption's super long, like happy that the girls that were dedicated, and this and like mama mentality shit. And then he just like turns the page basically, and he's like, into the girl who decided to go to her dance recital and not show up and be with her team. That's what's
way.
wrong. And then he's like, we had to bring up 2 younger girls who like weren't ready to stand in that moment and like.
No way.
And then so
Just attack. This,
just
like,
attack the 7-year-old girl for going to a dance recital. So then it it blew up. Obviously, people are like, but like people like us are like, fuck, that's so Kobe. Like, fuck you,
awesome.
dude. Yeah, and he's like, fuck 4th place, blah blah blah. So then he went back and he changed the caption.
Oh.
And then I don't know what he changed the caption to, but it still was like, too late, Kobe. Like, you already
Yeah.
did it. So then today,
Why would he bring that up?
so then today he released a video of him in like a dance recital. Look how fucking pissed he is in that picture.
That's, oh my god.
I mean, these girls are like what?
The
7th grade. so
7th
they're
player,
12
not
years
picked,
old.
missed the game for a dance recital, so that should tell you where her focus was. At the time. From the original 7, we have added a player 2 years younger, 6th grade now, a player whose team is in our area folded, and a player whose family moved from Tennessee. The beauty of coaching is growing the players from the ground up. What a fucking asshole.
Dude, it's so
All like super good basketball players,
think of,
assholes.
Like, literally, other than Michael Jordan and maybe LeBron, there's no bigger basketball star ever.
name recognition wise and face. Yeah,
Why are
Shaq.
all really good basketball players like just complete assholes?
Well,
like
he
Larry
literally
Bird. Larry Bird's a
cyberbullied them.
fucking asshole, dude.
Like, imagine the rest of this time. Like, remember that time fucking Kobe Bryant called you out and told you you're a piece of shit on social
Yeah.
media at
Dude.
12 years old?
That is so. The funniest thing is just like I read it the first time and I was like,
I didn't think it was real.
yeah. Then I went back and looked at it again. I was like, holy
That's
shit.
like a personal Facebook type jab, you know. But he just did it.
But he's
what is he
fucking
at,
cool.
10 million followers.
if not more. Fucking Kobe Bryant, dude.
Christ.
Oh man, I had that topic. That was funny. What was the other one I
I'm
had?
starting to get nervous about this recording.
All right, we can end it. We can end it.
We
we
don't
can end
have to, but I'm just.
it. I don't remember. I was gonna talk about Ken's midlife crisis. We can talk about that next time. All right, yeah, hit it.
You're
Thanks for
having a
the.
midlife crisis.
I'm in like crisis.
Yeah, you said you're having a midlife crisis, and I was gonna say
Oh.
make a joke that you're definitely past the mid of your life, like you always say to Mike.
Nah, we can bring that one up next time. It's all good.
All right, give us a Daderall shout out. Aren't you gonna do a code?
Oh,
or
5
something?
shots.
Oh yeah. So here, no, 4 shots. So here's what Colby's doing. He sold out all his Daderall stuff from yesterday. He's taken 4 shots from deep. For every shot missed, the code will tack on 15%.
one this way, and then I'll shoot from behind
Okay, so you'll be able to see both.
and I can shoot behind your head.
So for every shot missed, it tacks on 15%. So there's an opportunity to get up to 60% off with this code. We have the basketball. You can see Colby shooting behind me. Or don't go yet. So for every shot missed, which in this Daderall stuff is fucking awesome. It gets you lit up, but it doesn't light you up like C4, which I really like C4, but I don't like how it flushes my face out and I want to just scratch my head forever.
Doesn't
This
give me the coffee shakes.
yeah, this
none
shit
of
is the real
jitters.
deal. So he's gonna take 4 shots, 15%. If he misses all 4, that means you get 60% off with the discount code
Make it up real quick. I'll make it.
B-Ball. B-B-A-L-L. B-Ball.
No, we should do code Kobe. K-O-B.
Okay,
Kobe.
code Kobe. K-O-B-E. Kobe. He's taking his first shot right here. You can see both. You've seen him shoot. Oh! Well, 1 for 1. Oh, so there's 15% right there. Max of 45% off.
Oh shit! Way off.
Oh. All right, well, there's code Kobe, 30% off. And this for
Sorry,
40
Ari, you're not going to college.
Oh
no!
So if you use it, it's basically 50% off. Code Kobe. How are we gonna leave it open? I mean,
What do you mean leave it open?
any certain amount?
No, you can just keep using it.
All right. So there's
Do
no.
it until we do. I'll leave it up until like the weekend.
Okay. So he'll leave up that code for the weekend. Give it a try. Let your friends try it. If I mean,
Ken, you
some
wanna
people
shout
are
anything
super
out?
into like products that aren't really like mainstream yet. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go, and you can be like, I'm
code
on.
Kobe for 45% off.
I missed 3.
Yeah, 45% off code Colby.
I'm gonna do it right now so I don't forget.
We're gonna upload this shit right now. Thanks for showing up, Ken. River, as always, fuck off.
Remember, code Do Comedy Stitch Fix.
Oh yeah, code. Yeah, whatever. Bye.